Welcome to Valor Fights 24, first time ever in Crossville, Tennessee. With Casey Oxendine, I'm Vince Ferrara. Great to have you with us. Another tremendous night of amateur bouts tonight in MMA at Valor Fights 24. Our main event tonight, it's Billy Combs versus Sawyer Rich. And Casey, this has been heated between these two.
Undoubtedly no love lost here at all. Of course, Billy Combs, this is a guy who is a veteran of 13 fights, but he's accumulated all these fights in the last year and a half since January of 2014. He missed weight yesterday, so I'm sure that's going to add to some of the heat here.
That's right. And on the flip side, Sawyer Rich has been inactive. He hasn't fought in 3 years, but this is his hometown. He has the home advantage tonight right here in Cookeville. Sawyer Rich versus Billy Combs, our main event, plus much more on the way next on Valor Fights 24.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is time for your featured kickboxing bout of the night in the super welterweight kickboxing division. Brought to you by Nick Eastman and Advocare. When the action begins, your referee in charge is bout, Nalo Lachuga. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he brings that record 1 win with no defeats. He weighed in 148 pounds, fighting out of Williamsburg, Kentucky, and representing the Hurricane, House of Pain, Skyler, the Cobra, Carson. His opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he also brings a record 1 win with no defeats. He weighed in 154 pounds, fighting out of Crossville, Tennessee, and representing Crossville top team, Cody Young.
Skyler the Cobra Carson in the black trunks, Cody Young in the white trunks. Both fighters at 1-0 in the super welterweight kickboxing bout. Our referee is Nalo Lachuga.
These guys appear to be very evenly matched. Both have wins to their credit. Very similar builds.
Yeah.
Very similar reach.
Both at 6 feet tall and very thin. Not as active as we've seen in the first few
I'll
boxes.
tell you what, though, the Cobra coming out southpaw, that could pose a challenge if you're not used to working with that style, with that stance.
Cobra in the black trunks.
Yeah. Using his hands.
Young swing and a miss, and then covers up. Nice kick from Young.
And as you mentioned, the Cobra's team is known for their boxing prowess, but as you can see, the Cobra has checked a few of those kicks very well, almost effortlessly. His game appears to be very well put together.
Young with a kick of the front leg of the Cobra. A little more boxing strategy. Nice kick, head kick from Young. Shots blocked there by, at least partially by Young. Young's corner asking him to work the body. Right kick, and then winds into that one, but checked by Cobra. 30 seconds left in round number 1. 3 2-minute rounds, kickboxing, nice shot. Left to the body by the Cobra.
That's that boxing background, and wow, followed up by a beautiful right kick by Cody Young, up high. But the Cobra's so poised here. Every time he takes a shot, he absorbs it and follows it up, and that's what you have to do here. Oh, that was a big shot.
And
waving
off
that
the
low?
fight?
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think it was. I think he was saying it was low. Yeah, based on his body language right there. But I don't. Nalo Lachuga called it off altogether.
The fight's done.
That's quick. Normally they let you see if you can get up and recover.
See what happened here.
Unless he verbally said.
Sure. It sounded like a shotgun blast going off from my vantage point here.
And this bout is over, so we'll see what they're going to call here.
Here we
and
go.
Nalo Lachuga is talking to the cage side official.
Oh, that was a body. That was clean right there. Beautiful, beautiful left straight to the body, and down went Cody Young. Beautiful.
So, yeah, so Nalo Lachuga is just protecting the fighter. It wasn't a low blow. It was just, he's done. and very alert by
Yeah,
Nalo Lechuga.
you know, I'm very, very impressed by Skylar Carson here.
Yeah.
He performed very well, very composed and poised, and got the job done. Wow.
So
certainly the best out of Hurricane tonight we've seen so far.
That's right. And saw those boxing skills on display. Skylar the Cobra Carson moves to 2-0 with his win. We'll get both of the boxers together here, the kickboxers together. See Gary Rollins, in the corner of Skylar Carson. They were teammates. Still checking on, they're still trying to get the headgear off of Cody Young, who falls to 1-1. Referee Nalo Lechuga who's talking to the official, and we'll get the fighter instructions here in 1 second as soon as everyone is ready in the cage. Here we go. They're going to get everybody together. Let's go back to the cage and Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Nalo Lechuga has called a stop to this fight. 1 minute, 59 seconds in the first round. Your winner by TKO, Skylar the Cobra Carson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your kickboxing co-feature of the night, brought to you by Chips Transmission, and will be in the super middleweight division. And when the action begins, your referee for this bout will be Nalo Lechuga. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner tonight, he brings in a kickboxing record of 1 win with 1 defeat. He went in 174 pounds, fighting out of Nashville, Tennessee, and representing Bonafide, the former Valor welterweight champion, Timmy Eisenbrunn. His opponent, fighting out of the blue corner tonight, he brings in a kickboxing record with 21 wins, 10 losses, and 1 draw. He weighed in 174 pounds, fighting out of Dayton, Georgia, and represented the United Karate Studio, Travis Jones.
All right, as I was mentioning before, you know, Travis Jones and all of the United Karate Dalton fighters are known for their pressure. They stay consistent, they get in your face, and they keep working nonstop.
Timmy Eisenbrunn in the white trunks, Travis Jones in the black trunks, and we are underway. 3 2-minute rounds in our kickboxing bout under K1 rules.
And again, you see there, Travis Jones, he realizes the reach difference that Timmy Eisenbrunn has, and he closes the distance, gets inside. That's where he's going to want to stay in this bout.
Eisenbrunn, the former 3FC MMA champion.
Oh, big shot there by Travis Jones. Beautiful right hand.
Kick and then body and then a shot to the head by Travis Jones.
And again, there you go. There are the body shots. Those things add up.
Some feints from Eisenbrunn and then a kick by Jones. Is Jones pressuring as much as you would think?
Well, you know, as you can see, he keeps his distance out there. He's being able to catch the range there with those kicks, but when he comes in, he gets in. And then he gets back out. You don't want to stay in that mid-range. And look at that beautiful left hook there to the head of Timmy Eisenbrunn.
Eisenbrunn, a little bit smaller headgear than we've seen tonight. He had to adjust that. A couple shots by Jones.
Short left hand there by Timmy Eisenbrunn off the break.
Nalo Lechuga, our referee. Final 30 seconds of round number 1. Directions from the Jones corner. Missed on the hook was Eisenbrunn. Nice shot. Right kick by Jones.
Oh, there you go. Timmy Eisenbrunn finding his range a little bit there. That's where he wants to be.
Both hands, both successful. And
as we discussed before,
yeah.
Travis Jones way on the outside or way on the inside, he's good. But if you get in that middle area where Timmy Eisenbraum can use that reach with his hands, it's not going to be a good spot there for Travis Jones.
Our three judges tonight: Tommy Brooks, Marty Willis, Chandler Goins. Who would you give that first round to?
I'm going to go with Travis Jones. I think he had a lot more composure, landed a few clean shots there, the big straight right hand and a short left hook. I think it put it over, but no walkover by any means. Timmy Eisenbraun putting a good showing in there. He's just going to have to get his work rate up just a little bit more moving into round 2.
You talked about going farther west in the state of Tennessee. Eisenbraun from Nashville.
Yes.
And Travis Jones from Dalton, Georgia. A lot of representation from Dalton, Georgia here tonight.
Well, again, I mentioned Ben Kiker and the United Karate. Those guys, that's not a team that you may hear about a whole lot on a national level, but the people that know how seriously good this camp is. They've been around for years, and they produce solid talent.
All right, we're ready for round number 2, 3 2-minute rounds. Kickboxing here in the super middleweight division at 172, presented by Chips Transmissions. I'm Vince Ferrara with Casey Oxendine here at Valor Fights 24 in Crossville, Tennessee.
And Timmy Eisenbraun finding his range a little bit more with his hands at the start of round 2.
Eisenbraun having to adjust that headgear. Connected with the left hook. Kick by Jones. In the center of the cage.
Wow, good shots there by Eisenbraun.
Yep.
But now Travis Jones comes back. This is shaping up to be a very entertaining fight here.
Jones charges in, but Eisenbraun has an answer.
And that's exactly what Eisenbraun needs to do. When Jones lands that kick, he needs to come over with that straight right, put him in the punching range, and keep him there.
So rather than check it, respond with a.
Well, you
with a
can
punch.
check it, but you need to step into it and make sure you get your range and you keep it.
And you can see a lot of redness in Eisenbraum's front leg that's been kicked, an inside kick that time by Jones.
And there are the body shots right there. Travis Jones, beautiful right hook to the breadbasket.
Final 40 seconds here in round number 2.
There we go. Beautiful counter right that just missed on the part of Timmy Eisenbraun. But it's the right idea. When that kick comes from Travis Jones, Eisenbraun needs to react. Oh, that was a big shot there.
Eisenbraun.
That was a big shot, man.
Clean by Jones. Eisenbraun goes down. He's going to get a standing count.
How much of it was the punch? How much of it was the slip? It doesn't matter. If you're off balance and you get hit and knocked down, you're down. And that means everything here.
And that's the end of round number 2.
And that could be a defining factor. I had it a very close round up until that point. I've got to give it to Travis Jones, possibly a 10-8.
Yeah, and then you add
if
that.
If it scored a takedown or a knockdown, then that's certainly a 10-8 round.
Well, I think he got a count, so he got the standing count. So I think it.
Here we go. Here we see it. Right kick, slips the right hand, and here comes that big left hook, and down goes Timmy Eisenbraun.
Yep.
Beautiful technique.
That's clean. And then if he gets a 10-8 for round 2, excuse me, Case, if he gets 10-8 and you gave him the first round 10-9, then the only way really that Eisenbraun can win would be
Eisenbraun has to come out swinging in the third, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He has to get it done.
Valor Fights 24, first time ever in Crossville, Tennessee. We're at the Cumberland County Youth Center. We appreciate them having us out here tonight. And much more on Valor Fights on Twitter at Valor Fights or ValorFights.com.
But I will say this, a testament to Timmy Eisenbraun, much improved striking. He's a guy that has continued to get better over the years. You know, he is a veteran of Valor. He has had multiple kickboxing matches, multiple mixed martial arts matches, a former champion. But he continues to improve, and that's what a testament to the Valor promotion.
Eisenbraun won the first match between these two, but right now it looks like it is Travis Jones's kickboxing bout to win as we enter round number 3. Final round. Kick to the shoulder and then a shot to the body by Jones.
Great exchanges here.
Yeah.
I think Eisenbraun knows that he has to get a stoppage here. He has to in order to win.
Jones's punches look like they carry a little bit more.
And you'd mentioned the headgear of Timmy Eisenbraun earlier. I think when you're an MMA fighter, these MMA guys, they look for the smallest headgear you could possibly get away with because they don't like the obstruction. It's kind of hard to see if you're not used to them. And I think that's it. I don't think he's really concerned about getting hit in the head. Here, he just he wants to have that field of vision open.
So there's a variance in what you can use?
I think it's all about what the commission will approve, but I believe that that you know, your MMA fighters tend to try to get away from the headgear.
Eisenbraun ate a left hook from Jones.
And again, a very competitive round. It's not going to be enough, though, if Timmy Eisenbraun cannot stop Travis Jones, in my opinion. Oh, beautiful counter there by Eisenbraun.
Nice combination.
28 seconds to get it done here. Beautiful short left hook. Of course, that's what dropped Eisenbraun in the second round.
And a little bit of steam. A nice hook connected. Both exchanging clean punches.
And again, I feel like that the defining factor was that Eisenbraun kept that right hand low throughout the fight and allowed that hook to slip through on the break.
Very entertaining, though. And both,
undoubtedly.
Yeah, Eisenbraun is frustrated as he punched the red corner, his corner. But this looks like it's going to go to Travis Jones, who has so much more experience.
Yes, tremendous amount of experience. And here we go. You see it here. The exchange is back and forth. Eisenbraun did everything he could to get it done. Fought hard. And you know what? When you're primarily a mixed martial arts competitor, these fights, they only go in the bank in a positive way. I mean, he's advanced. Even though he may not get the win, he's advanced because he is better for it.
And for MMA fighters, that's the positive of the kickboxing division is you get some of that work.
Experience is everything. Until you make that pro turn, it doesn't matter. Experience is key.
And you know, as a coach, you can talk about things, you can spar, you can work on it in your camp, but there's nothing like the actual lights on in the cage with the cage door closed.
That's right. When you feel that chill go down your spine and you see those lights come on, there's nothing like it in the world.
That's Casey Oxendine. I am Vince Ferrara. Of course, Casey heading up Team Oxendine. And nice show of sportsmanship from Travis Jones's corner. Going over to say congratulations and well done to Timmy Eisenbraun. And in just a moment, we'll have the official decision here from our judges as this goes to the scorecard. We've had a couple finishes. We've had a couple of decisions. Let's go back to the cage for our official decision. Here's Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to your judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this bout the same, 29-27 for your winner by unanimous decision out of the blue corner, Travis Jones.
This bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. First, out of the red corner, fighting out of Triangle Gym in Tryon, Georgia, making his MMA debut, weighing in at 166 pounds, Matthew Parrish. And in the blue corner, his opponent representing NKI in Knoxville, Tennessee, with a record of 2 wins and 4 defeats, weighing in at 169 pounds, Chris Barrier. Your referee for this bout, Nyla Lechuga.
All right, so Matthew Parrish in the red and white trunks, and his opponent Chris Barrier in the red and black trunks. Nyla Lechuga, our referee in this bout, MMA bout in the welterweight division at 170 pounds, 3-minute rounds.
Wow, big kick by Matthew Parrish right out the gate, and then a big stiff jab by Chris Barrier. One thing I do know about Chris Barrier is he is a courageous fighter. I mean, the fights I've seen him in have been wars.
And trying for a takedown, and he does get it, is Matthew Parrish.
Oh, here we go. Matthew Parrish, but he's got to watch out for that guillotine choke right there. Barrier giving his back. Good spot for Matthew Parrish right here.
Barrier trying to cover and defend. Trying to bring that left foot in and get the hooks. Quite have it.
Barrier doing a good job of looking to shuck Matthew Parrish off of his back, and now he is on top, landing heavy leather here.
Rain down on shots, both back to their feet. And the height difference is not there that it was on paper.
No, absolutely not. These guys are very close. I will say this, Barrier, he doesn't seem as solid as I've seen him in his previous fights. His base is not quite on as much, and he's keeping his chin in the air a little bit more.
Could that be weight cut? Is that an indication sometimes?
It's a possibility. Wow, but that was a beautiful Superman punch there. But Matthew Parrish fighting back, and this is his debut fight. You would expect some rust, some nerves there. But Matthew Parrish, he's measuring up here.
And Barrier faked the Superman punch and then stays in the pose, waiting to see if Parrish puts himself in a vulnerable situation. Parrish is switching between orthodox
a little goose raising up, a little goose edge raising up on the forehead of Matthew Parrish. Possibly that big Superman punch that Barrier landed on his forehead earlier.
And the face definitely red. Barrier snuck in an undercut on the way in. Barrier on the attack.
Oh, another big left hook and a beautiful takedown there by Matthew Parrish.
Wow, what a response after Barrier connected with that left hook, and then down with the takedown is Parrish.
I've seen Chris Barrier with a solid base in the past. Oh, here we go, looking for the triangle choke. But Matthew Parrish easily passes.
Back to their feet.
As I was saying early in the past, I've seen Chris Barrier have a good takedown defense, a great sprawl. You're not seeing it here. It's more of a free for all, but look at this. Big shots and the fight is over. Chris Barrier with a big win, the third of his career.
Wow. And in amateur, they tend to call it off quicker.
Absolutely. Matthew Parrish, he was down. He wasn't going anywhere. Nalo Lachuga doing what he has to do.
Wow. So Chris Barrier with the win, and the uppercuts are starting to land, and that took a toll. And
the striking looked great. Chris Barrier striking, very aggressive, but again, he didn't seem to have the base and the rooting that I've seen from him in the past.
Here's another look at it here. Left, right, and just an onslaught.
Right on the chin. That one right uppercut landed beautifully.
Chris Barrier, boys, put together. And Chris Barrier will move his record to 3-4, and our first MMA bout does not get through the first round. And
the critique that I have on Barrier is not that he didn't perform well. He performed outstanding, beautiful knockout. It's just he seemed a little bit off compared to his previous outings.
What'd you think of Matthew Parrish in his debut?
Not bad. He seemed very composed.
All right, to the cage, and our official decision. Here's Jennifer Oxendine.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight was stopped at 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the first round. For your winner by TKO, Chris Barrier.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight will be in the featherweight division, brought to you by Your Choice Labs. When the action begins, your referee in charge of this bout is Nalo Lachuga. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner tonight, he brings in an undefeated record with 1 win and no defeats. He weighed in 146 pounds, fighting out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and representing Foot Plant MMA, Dylan Pantene D'Angelo. Standing across the cage tonight, fighting out of the blue corner, also undefeated with a record of 2 wins with no defeats. He weighed in 145 pounds, fighting out of Dayton, Tennessee, and representing the MMA Institute, Ryan All Day McVeigh.
Dylan D'Angelo, Pantene in the long black tap out trunks, and Ryan All Day McVeigh in the shorter black trunks with the red trim. This bout brought to you by Your Choice Labs LLC, featherweight battle.
Oh, here we go.
Pounds.
These guys are already engaged here.
Nalo Lechuga, your referee. Three-minute rounds.
Dylan D'Angelo looking for the takedown, but watch out for the guillotine by Ryan McVeigh. Oh, and a big uppercut there by All Day.
D'Angelo started in and then backed out. Now distance between the two. Spinning kick by McVeigh.
Oh, big shot there. Big right kick by Dylan D'Angelo, countered by Ryan McVeigh.
And McVeigh, thick thighs. Bigger upper body. And there's a
wow. I thought Ryan McVeigh had the back of Dylan D'Angelo. He scrambled a little bit, but McVeigh still in a good position there.
Now in half guard.
And I will say this, half guard in mixed martial arts from the top is a very dominant position.
I know Tyler Minton says I prefer it. I like being in half guard as opposed to side control.
Undoubtedly, because some fighters look to get the guard and work submissions, but others look to stand up. If these fighters are looking to get back up, the half guard is like a lace that prevents that, as you can see right there. Oh, wow, but a beautiful, beautiful reversal here by Dylan D'Angelo. This is shaping up to be a beautiful fight. Look at D'Angelo controlling the left leg of Ryan McVeigh, preventing the triangle choke.
McVeigh with some shots from the bottom to the ears of D'Angelo.
Oh, and here we go. Dylan D'Angelo momentarily with the guard pass and right back into the guard of Ryan McVeigh. Oh, this could be a problem here. Ryan McVeigh locking up the triangle here and slipped by Dylan D'Angelo. He's got to watch, though.
It is warm here tonight, so both fighters very slippery right out of the gate. And we're down to under a minute left in round number one.
It looks like Ryan McVeigh looking to secure a Kimura lock, possibly use it to sweep Dylan D'Angelo, and he accomplishes that feat.
Wow. Arm was in danger, but McVeigh was able.
Tons of transitions already in this fight. These guys are using a ton of energy here. Looking for a Darce choke is Ryan McVeigh.
Connected. Now just has the hands. Really raining down on shots from on top. There's one. There's another one from McVeigh on top. Under 20 seconds left in round number one. And there you go. There's some shots.
Here we go. Dylan D'Angelo looking to lock up a triangle choke of his own.
Final 10 seconds.
McVeigh having nothing of it. Beautiful posture.
And Dylan D'Angelo giving Ryan McVeigh all.
A very, very entertaining first round.
And these two guys not necessarily familiar with each other because D'Angelo is a replacement for Brian Farrington originally on there. So D'Angelo didn't have time to prepare for McVeigh, and same with McVeigh. Double touch of gloves between the two to start.
Tremendous show of respect, but look at this, Ryan McVeigh out. Big shot, and he lands the takedown. Beautiful laces he lands, getting the half guard position.
Wow, McVeigh, first takedown. That was impressive. That was a slam takedown.
Dylan D'Angelo holding the guillotine position, perhaps out of desperation. It's going to be very difficult for him to finish it here. He has a couple of options. Maybe try to lace his left foot underneath the ankle of Ryan McVeigh, try to lock it down Eddie Bravo style, or possibly post up on his right arm and look to get out, get up and get out.
Looked like he was trying to get in position to
start. But now it's a deep half, and he finishes the sweep. Beautiful, beautiful reversal.
D'Angelo now gets a back of McVeigh, but it's quickly reversed by McVeigh, who's on the bottom now.
Oh, here we go. Looking for an ankle submission here. I don't know if I would have gone for that. When I'm on top, I don't know if I'm going to fall back because you end up on bottom if you don't get it.
Yep, that was the case. And had to let go, and now McVeigh is back on top.
Oh, wow. It almost into mount position there. Dylan D'Angelo barely recovered half guard.
McVeigh looked like he was trying to set up the elbow before that transition there and hasn't been able to get in position to sneak one in.
I almost feel like that Dylan D'Angelo went after that ankle lock out of desperation. Maybe he's getting tired. He wants to finish this fight, and it became a little desperate in doing it, and it cost him. It cost him that position.
Still has a leg there.
Oh, beautiful sweep.
Wow,
beautiful
leg.
work there. This is tremendous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu utilized for mixed martial arts right here. I love it.
Dylan D'Angelo, Pantene. He is 1-0 out of Foot Plan MMA in Knoxville.
Oh, here we go. Dylan D'Angelo with the back of Ryan McVeigh now.
Wow.
A very definitive position here. 1 minute to go. I'll say this. If Dylan D'Angelo holds this position, even if he doesn't gain the submission, which he may have right here,
he's got it in.
He's certainly going to take this round. It could be 1 round apiece after that.
Wow, McVeigh got out. 45 seconds though to try to get to the end of round number 2.
Oh, that could be deep. That looks deep.
He's got him stretched out.
Not a good spot for Rod McVeigh here. He's going to have to gut check. And he turns to underneath mount position. And an armbar attempt by Dylan D'Angelo.
Wow. McVeigh gets out of that.
I will say this. Dylan D'Angelo, he was going for it there. I don't know, though, if I would have given up that position because that round was in the books for him. Now Ryan McVeigh with a chance to steal it.
Unbelievable. He ended up on top and then put himself in a situation to get put on the bottom. And a couple shots there at the end by McVeigh, but boy, you talked about the first round being tough. What was that?
It was close, and I think Dylan D'Angelo, he spent more time on the back. He actually had rear mount, went after a couple of choke attacks. That may have secured the round. You know, Ryan McVeigh, he may have taken the first round. I was leaning towards him, but it could be either or. It could be 2 rounds for either man or 1 apiece. Pick your round.
It was, excuse me, Casey, 3 3-minute rounds, and our 3 judges scoring the bout tonight: Tommy Brooks, Marty Willis, Chandler Goins. Of course, all bouts 10-point must system. Opponent gets 9 or less, and our referee Nalo Lechuga. Boy, that.
And then, you know, you look back here at the first of the round. You know, the judges may have forgotten about this, but that was a beautiful slam takedown.
And the most technical bout we've had tonight, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely. And I say that the winner of this round takes the fight. If I was a gambling man, which I'm not, I stay away from the blackjack tables when I can.
Keep your money. That's a good thing. Both fighters stood in their corners, and we're underway. 3rd and final round. Again, double touch of gloves.
Oh, I couldn't tell from this vantage point if he landed that shot. But that was a beautiful front kick, and it looked almost like Ryan McVeigh landed a knee to the head as well. And Dylan D'Angelo with a beautiful slam.
And we'll see if D'Angelo, what he can do from the top position here. Full guard for McVeigh on the bottom. He might have been going for a triangle for a second, but now trying to get to the side is D'Angelo. See if he can sweep. And sneaks out. McVeigh trying to set up that triangle once again.
Is the arm in? It appears as though the arm is in. This could be a bad spot for Dylan D'Angelo. Wow. Ryan McVeigh locking up that triangle, but unable to hold it. Beautiful posture by Dylan D'Angelo.
He snuck out. Both guys really sweaty. You can slip out of things when you're this sweaty, right?
Yes, absolutely. And you can see that these guys are both very, very tired, but they still continue to toil away. What a testament to the grit and determination of both individuals.
Okay, hanging on from the bottom.
And I say it's still anybody's game right here. Dylan D'Angelo slightly ahead because he did gain the takedown, but we still have 1.5 minutes left in this round.
Using the knee to slide out, and then really could not
connect.
Here we
go.
Now the back momentarily, but back to the top position is D'Angelo. McVeigh, trying to get out, has given up his back a couple times.
Yes.
Nearly cost him the fight the last
here we go. McVeigh looking to slip around to the back of Dylan D'Angelo. If he gets that position, it could alter the course of this fight.
Nearly had it, but D'Angelo staying on top. Final 45 seconds in this bout. Third and final round. This is up for grabs.
Yes. Yes, it's go time right now. You hear the corners of both men. Look at that, Sakuraba style double chop.
Haven't seen one of those in a while. Final 30 seconds.
McVay trying to get out, but just unable to get up. This could be a bad spot. This fight could be over right here. This could be the end.
McVay, can he hang on? Raining down shots. I think his chin is safe.
Yeah, he's tight, but he cannot win this fight if he does not escape and do something.
Can D'Angelo finish? Still raining down shots. We've reached the end of the fight.
Wow. What a tremendously entertaining fight from start to finish. Lots of interaction, lots of beautiful strikes. Loved it.
Casey, was that third round the most decisive round?
I think absolutely. I think Dylan D'Angelo went out and did what he had to do. In my opinion, he took the fight.
But it's so close in the first two, you wonder if maybe some of the judges went McVay's way that first round.
You're right.
The first two.
You're absolutely right. It could be split decision, Ryan McVay on a good night for McVay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if McVay, and this is going to come down to the decision, if McVay wins, he gets a title shot in his hometown of Chattanooga. So much on the line on the judges' scorecards for Ryan McVay. Both fighters, though, probably, and it looks like from their body language, pretty confident.
Yeah, confident, but still concern in the eyes of both men. You never know until you hear that final call.
And what a job by Dylan D'Angelo, who took this bout late. I mean,
Yes.
He was a late fill-in in this spot. Out of Knoxville, Tennessee. This corner is excited for him.
Another example of how, as an amateur fighter, going in and taking a tough fight and win or lose, you're gonna leave this fight a lot better than you came in because of the experience.
All right.
Props to both men.
Excuse me, Casey. All right, let's go to the cage. This will be interesting. We go to the official scorecards. And for our official decision, here is our cage announcer, Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we announce this decision, make some noise for both men taking this fight on short notice and putting on a show. After 3 rounds of action, we go to your judges' scorecard for a decision. Judge 1 scores this bout 29-28, red corner. Judge 2 scores this bout 29-28, blue corner. And Judge 3 scores this bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision. Out of the blue corner, Ryan all day
Wow.
McVay.
Wow, just as you called it, Vince.
Crossville, Tennessee. This is your main event of the evening. It will be at a catch weight of 160 pounds when the action begins. Your referee in charge of this bout is Jason King. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he brings in a record with 5 wins and 8 defeats. He went in 165 pounds. Fighting out of Mountain City, Tennessee, Billy Two-Tone Combs. Standing across the cage, fighting tonight out of the blue corner with a record of 5 wins with only 1 defeat. He went in 158 pounds, fighting out of Crossville, Tennessee, and representing Upper Cumberland MMA. Sawyer by God Rich.
The hometown fighter, Sawyer Rich, out of Crossville. He's in the black, white, and green trunks, and Billy Combs in the black and red. No touching of gloves.
What's gonna happen?
No surprise, Jason King, our referee. 3 3-minute rounds. Our judges, Tommy Brooks, Marty Willis, Chandler Goins. We're underway. No touching of gloves. First kick from Billy Combs. Oh. hard.
Big shot by
inside.
Billy Combs, and Rich is all over him.
So what about the weight? 12 pounds overweight for Combs.
Yeah,
That's a
that
lot.
could be a problem. But props to Sorry Rich. He didn't care. He stepped right up. He said, "That's fine. Let's do it."
Sawyer Rich says, I've already won this fight in my head in the cage everywhere. Never look past someone I'm not, but he said he's going to destroy Billy Combs in a devastating fashion here tonight.
Well, Sawyer Rich in the position here, tightened down. Of course, he's got to watch out for the guard of Billy Combs, but man, great posture here by Rich. And it looks like he is going to deliver some heavy, heavy leather here to Billy Combs.
Combs is in trouble. Raining down the shots is Rich. The fans
This
love
could be
it.
it.
It's over.
It's done. Sawyer Rich has returned.
Fans are beside themselves in excitement as the hometown Sawyer Rich gets the win over Billy Combs. Wow. You don't often see that one-sided of a fan reaction. That was unbelievable.
Well, not only did you get that crazy reaction there when Billy Combs walked into the cage, it sounded like he was in the wrong house.
A wrestling heel, you know,
Yes.
when he comes out, and here you see the replay here. Rich just raining down
Yeah.
hard shots.
Utterly, utterly dominant. After a 3-year layoff, he is back. So the only question is, what is next for Sawyer Rich?
Well, we'll find out. I'm guessing Cody Gwynn is going to ask him what's next. And looking forward to that in just a little bit. But Sawyer Rich goes to 5-1. The 3-year layoff again, not a factor. And we'll see if they do touch gloves.
Barely. Barely.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
That was more than I thought we'd get. All right,
Yeah.
get the fighters in the middle of the cage. Our official decision announcement. Here's Cody Gwynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jensen King has called a stop to this fight. 59 seconds into the first round. Your winner by TKO, Sawyer by God Rich.